Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a project that's been a true passion of mine. A journey into the heart of adventure and a whole lot of tiny, glittering gold. We're building the iconic treasure room from the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disney World. And trust me, it's been quite the quest. You know that moment in the ride, when you round a corner and suddenly, you're surrounded by mountains of shimmering coins, jeweled goblets, and chests overflowing with riches. That feeling of stepping into a pirate's wildest dream, that's what we aim to capture. But bringing that magic to life in miniature, well, that's a whole different kind of treasure hunt. It all started with a vision, a desire to recreate that overwhelming sense of abundance. The first hurdle was scale. How do you make thousands of individual coins look like a vast hoard without losing your sanity? We experimented with different materials, trying to find that perfect balance of shine and manageable size. Tiny beads, glitter, even meticulously cut pieces of foil, each had its moment, and each presented its own set of challenges. Gluing them one by one felt like an endless task, a true test of patience. There were moments, I'll admit, where I wondered if I'd ever see the end of it. Then came the chests. These aren't just simple boxers. They're weathered, ancient vessels that have seen countless voyages. We spent hours researching the details, looking at reference photos from the ride and historical pirate lore. Crafting them involved careful cutting, shaping, and distressing. We used various techniques to give them that aged, sea-worn look, washes of paint, dry brushing, even a little bit of sanding to mimic the wear and tear of time and salty air. Filling them with the treasure was another intricate dance. You want it to look overflowing, but also contained, like a pirate would have packed it. The lighting was another crucial element. That warm, inviting glow that bathes the treasure room in the ride is what makes it so enchanting. Replicating that in a miniature setting required careful planning. We experimented with different LED lights, trying to find the right color, temperature, and intensity to evoke that magical ambience. It's amazing how much a subtle shift in light can transform the entire scene, bringing it to life and making all that tiny treasure truly sparkle. One of the biggest struggles was the sheer volume of detail. Every goblet, every necklace, every scattered gem needed to feel authentic. We meticulously painted each piece, adding highlights and shadows to give them depth and dimension. There were countless tiny brushes, tweezers, and magnifying glasses involved. It's the kind of project where you learn to appreciate the beauty in the minuscule, where a speck of paint can make all the difference. But through all the fiddly bits, the moments of doubt, and the late nights, there was an undeniable sense of accomplishment, seeing the scene slowly come together. Piece by tiny piece was incredibly rewarding. It's like watching a story unfold, a pirate's tale being built right before your eyes. The goal was always to evoke that feeling of wonder, that childlike excitement you get when you step into a world of fantasy. This project has been a reminder that even the most daunting tasks can be overcome with perseverance and a passion for what you're creating. It's about embracing the process, the struggles, and the small victories along the way. And the result, well, I think it's a pretty good representation of that legendary pirate hoard. I'd love to hear what you think of our treasure room. What scene from Pirates of the Caribbean would you love to see us build next? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into miniature piracy, please consider subscribing for more creative builds and adventures. Thanks for joining me today.